Hello everyone, it's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to go over this sad and tragic story that happened in Kenosha, Wisconsin, concerning a young lady by the name of Montreach Mitchell. She was 30 years old. She had recently just turned 30 in April, and she was taken from her three beautiful girls on Wednesday, May 25th, allegedly by Timmy Brooks, who I believe was her boyfriend. I believe they had a relationship together. So this was ridiculous. A lot of things upset me about this story. I heard the story from a YouTuber by Leah Gordon. So usually when people do videos like that, they could leave it alone, but there was stuff that just needed to be said about this case. And you're gonna hear, I'm gonna show a clip, of what happened when this young man went to court, and then I'm gonna show another clip of him turning himself in, and I'll get back to what I have to say.
Seconds after Timmy Brooks walked into court,
we're going to have to deal with this here.
Emotions erupted from some in the packed gallery filled with family of Montreach Mitchell.
You're going to have people removed then.
Brooks was removed, and deputies settled things down after pleas from Mitchell's father.
I'm somewhat lost for words. My family's upset. I'm upset. We can't even grieve without a lot of the nonsense that's going on.
And how his family ended up here.
She just turned 30, April 12th. For her to lose her life at such a young age, over something this crazy.
Wednesday afternoon, a housekeeper at the Wyndham Garden Hotel opened a room to find a woman on the ground. She wasn't moving. She was dead. That woman, the 30-year-old Mitchell. Court documents say she was shot 3 times. The room, rented by Brooks less than 24 hours earlier.
This incident all started over an argument in a hotel room about information that was on Mr. Brooks's telephone.
And when he tired of the argument, prosecutors say he pulled out a gun and shot Mitchell in the back of the head.
This was a calculated, it was callous, and frankly, it was an intentional act as well.
Brooks turned himself in to Milwaukee police on Wednesday.
He doesn't deserve a chance at bond, nor should he ever see the light of day.
A court commissioner set Brooks' bond at $1 million. He was out on bond in 3 felony cases at the time. He also has a prior felony conviction.
So you just heard that news clip, and this is a screenshot of her Facebook page. Though her name here is Montreach Brooks, that's the same as the last name of the young man. Her name is Mitchell. And it says she was married here, but I don't think they were married. Maybe they were planning on getting married, or they were married. I'm not sure of the exact relationship, but they did have a intimate relationship, of course. And it's alleged that this young man, set her house on fire. Set her house on fire. She lost everything. Nothing. She couldn't save anything. And this is why she was, in transition to getting another place to live. But the hotel that she was in, the young man rented it out. So he either rented it out, I'm not sure why she was there, because after somebody did something like that to you, you shouldn't be messing with them. But this is the thing. When we are in these relationships, and I always say this, because people grown, they're gonna do whatever they want. But this is the reason why they say, do not get into relations, have sex with the person without really vetting the person, without really knowing the person. Because thank God for Pastor G. Greg, who went into depth into his videos about this oxytocin bond. Because when you get into relations with this person, you haven't vetted this person, and then you create that get that oxytocin bond. Now you are bonded to this person, and this person can be a narcissist, because people like to use narcissists, but sometimes you see the person as a narcissist because sometimes that's what you are, because you have bonded with a narcissist. Because we haven't vetted people. This person could be Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde and Dr. Jekyll, whatever it was. That could be that type of. They could be bipolar. They could be whatever. Mentally unstable, emotionally unintelligent, and you have formed this oxytocin bond with this person, and it makes it harder to leave. And you don't even know this person. This person may be bonkers out of their minds. And you already in the relationship with them. You haven't vetted them. They know where you live. They know where you work. They know where they know everything about you, how much kids you have, and you have not yet you really know this person. Because we need to understand, women, men do not fall in love like that. They don't fall in love quickly. We as women, we fall in love quickly. Sometimes before they even say a red box, you in love. Men don't fall in love like that. That's why you have to guard your heart, because we fall in love very quickly. And especially when sex comes into play, when children are into play, when years of knowing a person are into play, that does not work in our favor. So maybe he might have, after allegedly setting the house on fire, he might have tell you, oh, I'm going to change, we're going to get married and stuff like that, whatever it may be. Who knows? Because I did see the family, some family members were saying that she was trying to change her name with Facebook. Usually this is what happens. If you had your name before, you changed it, and then you want to change it back again, then you have to wait 30 days, because that's why what I saw a family member said, that they told us she had to wait 30 days. So usually that happens when you had a name before, you changed it, and then you want to change it back again. In that changing back again, you have to wait 30 days. So this is sad. So now we're gonna watch this young man turning himself in. This young man turning himself in like he gonna get some brownie points. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I want to talk to somebody, homicide detective, man.
But this happened in Kenosha, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he over here, and I'm trying to get him so, you know what I'm saying?
Talk to them?
Talk to the homicide detective over here, so they can transfer and talk to you. You see what I'm saying? Because he in another district, and I don't got no car to go with Kenosha.
Okay, so you drove here, or you see let me call them and see what they have to tell me. What's your last name, man?
My name is Stevens.
Do you have your ID with you?
Yeah, some told me, but I can't even call it. I'm sorry.
And you're the one that's involved?
Yeah.
Basically, I gave you my ID. I know you can put it up.
Put it to me, put it on. He won't do it.
Alright, so you're wanted?
Yeah, you know it's right now.
Well, it just happened. It just happened this morning.
Right now.
But he wanted in Kenosha because he just did something. He killed the girl this morning. That's what he's trying to say.
So you're trying to turn yourself in?
Yeah, the right way. Lord, I ain't supposed to
turn myself in.
I want him to do the right thing. I'm his mom.
Yeah.
And I want to do the right thing. So could you talk to somebody? Can I talk to the homicide detective?
Alright, do me a favor. Step on this side.
Me? Him, because he got to make sure he got to block him up.
Quick here. I'm going to put handcuffs on you for now. Okay. So I verify this.
Oh, it needs to go. No, I told you, they still got to take Kenosha. That's how they do up here. Oh, I ain't never been there. Yeah, my little brother, calm down, man. My only brother.
Just stay there for now. Let me just call upstairs.
Told you still got calling. So you know you do. But you know you do.
Do you have any weapons on you? No. Okay. Any phone or anything? No. Okay. Any phone or anything on you? You don't have anything on you, then? Phone or anything on you? You don't have anything on you, then? Come on, this way. Alright.
My brother big, he can't turn his own stuff in. Shut the hell up. Excuse me, man. This stuff I ain't got anything like in my life. Can I get a piece of paper out?
This is crazy. Still going there.
I need to drink. I don't even drink. This crazy.
I do got a voice for a kid, so good.
You heard we said he got remorse for her kids. Sorry that happened. You know. Shout out to Janae. Shout out to all her other 2 kids too. Man, y'all they crazy now.
I did what I was supposed to do. Come and turn myself in.
Yeah, we told you, man. That's why. I told you, I couldn't do that.
Child, if you were able to stomach that foolishness that they recorded, the foolishness that they recorded, thinking they did something. Oh, he trying to do the right thing. Oh, my brother big and stuff like that. No. The right thing would have been, what have been, you, even though allegedly was arguing in your head because of something in your phone, the right thing to do was to walk away, to be emotionally intelligent enough to walk away and let it go. But a lot of these men, even women too, are not emotionally intelligent. That's why you need to vet these people to figure out if you are emotionally intelligent. And thinking they probably gonna get brownie points because the way the story is going allegedly online. Oh, she went his phone and then she saw something and then she started arguing and different things like that. And that's maybe they're gonna try to go for a crime of passion defense, in a sense that she was talking in his head and it just made him lose it, and then that's why he lost it on her and took her out. That's what it looked like they're going to. But let me tell you something, what points you gonna get, sir, and hopefully the justice system do not fail this family, because with he already had a prior felony. He was on bond for 3 other felonies. All them stuff is you will get points. You will get points for those convictions, for that conviction and those 3 other felonies. And if by chance they can prove that he did actually set her house on fire, that's something else that's gonna count against you in your sentencing. So when you probably thinking, hey, I turned myself in, I was the bigger person, they're gonna have pity on me, and maybe I won't spend the rest of my life in prison. I hope he does spend the rest of his life in prison, and all those points stack up, because in the criminal justice system, prior convictions, they give you points. And all them stuff are added onto you to see how they're going to sentence you. And it doesn't work in your favor. Where you would have a better chance if you have never did anything or whatever, then they wouldn't use that against you. But if you have any prior convictions, if you had pending arrest, pending cases, those things will count against you. And I hope they do count against you. And even this video where y'all thought y'all was doing something, y'all thought y'all was putting him showing him a good light. Oh, he's not a monster, but he have a whole smile, a whole big old smile on his face. Oh, I have remorse for her children. I really have remorse for her children. Trying to show that, oh, I really have. You have no remorse. There was no remorse on this young man. He act like, if you saw this video, you did not know that he took this young lady out. You would never know that this is what he did, because he's smiling, he nonchalant, like he don't care, like everything gonna be fine and dandy for you. I hope every day you are haunted by the memory of what you did to this girl. You took this young lady from her children. Yes, I'm sure that the family is gonna support these kids 100%, but ain't nobody gonna raise you better than your mother and your father. Ain't nobody gonna do it better. Especially your mother, especially if you had a mother that when would do anything for her kids, that wanted to raise her children. This is so sick. And then this is what we have to understand. As you can see, in the video, you didn't hear, you didn't see them, but you heard the mother announce herself, and then the sister, because she was like, "That's my only brother." Sometimes these men are raised by women only, and they're doing it by themselves. You cannot raise children, whether it's a girl or boys or several girls and boys. You cannot raise children by yourself. You need help. You need to reach out for help. You have to, especially when you're looking at boys. They have that natural anger. They have to know how to use it in the right way. You have to train children how to be emotionally intelligent, because we are not automatically emotionally intelligent. We go off the hinge sometimes, but we have to train them in that sense, show them how to handle there's certain stuff that may come their way, certain stresses, certain things that may happen. They have to be taught that. So wherever his father was, who knows, because wasn't in the home, but it was just the mother. And sometimes, unfortunately, women, when it comes to young men, and people can argue whatever you want to do. You can argue, I really don't care. But women bend over backward for their sons. Whether it would be harsher on the girls, but with the sons, they bend over backwards for them. They do everything to them. They make their life easier. They sometimes these only you'll find a few of these women that have these young men working, doing stuff. They don't play with their sons, but a good majority of them, they bend over backwards for them. So some of these young men are used for women bending over backwards for them, doing whatever they can, and giving them what they want. And then when they get in a relationship with you, you didn't vet them enough, and then you they because they be acting bad with the mom maybe might get mad, talking their head, and then still give them what they want. So now you come along, you with them, you didn't vet them enough, and then now he acting a fool, and then you don't want to be with this fool no more, so you want to leave. Now he's gonna have a tantrum. And then usually when he do a tantrum, his mother, his sister, usually sometimes is even 3 generations of women. His grandmother give him what he wants, but now you don't want to give him what he wants, because that's what women usually do for him. Now you are a threat, and you need to be eliminated. That's why you have to be careful with these people out here. And this could go for a young lady also. She's used to getting what she wants. Everybody gives her what she wants. And then here you come, you don't want to give her what she wants. She want to be with you, but you don't want to be with her because she's toxic, because she cheated on you or whatever. And now you are to be eliminated. You have to vet these people. You have to vet these people. You have to vet these things keep on happening because we are not vetting these people. We jumping in bed with these people, and then you're not vetting, and then you're forming that bond, and it's difficult to get all these relationships. And you may think sometimes, like I say, 3 generations of women, you may think, oh, I'm going to go with a younger man and stuff like that because he won't do anything for me because I'm older. Just like the same thing. His grandmother is always gives him what he wants. Now he start acting a fool. You don't want him no more. You want to move on to another young man. And he's not going to take that. We have to recognize crazy early. You have to. And people may say, oh, you could do all that stuff and you still don't get you still can't figure it out. You don't get any sign or whatever. A story that I have, I was talking to this young man because he used to help me. He was very good in mathematics, and that's when I was taking college classes, and he was like the tutor, and we were talking together, and it was one day I was talking to him. I'm not sure if I said this in one of the videos, but I'm going to say it again. I was talking to him just like that, and just started talking, and it was just for a split second. It was a split second. I felt this overwhelming presence of evil for a split second, and as soon as I felt that sense, as quickly as it went away. But I was raised never to ignore things like that. Don't ignore your intuition. Don't ignore your dreams. Don't ignore when something tell me not to do this. Something tell me not to go there. Unless something tell you, to harm yourself. That's something totally different. I'm not talking about that. But sometimes something tell me go this way. Something tell me not to go anywhere. That's what I'm talking about. That's the part that I'm talking about. So as quickly as it came, as quickly as it went away. But I called my sister because I have a sister. God uses her because people think God can't use people in a certain way. God uses her in a sense, in a way she could see the person, and God will give her the person's whole life. And I told her, I said, I just started talking to this guy, and then I was sitting there, and this is what happened. And she's like, okay, send me a picture of him. Send her a picture, and that was even a struggle. I couldn't even send a picture. She would never get the picture, whatever. But anyway, we figured a way to send it. And then this young man, that's why even though you may not, you say you don't know, you don't get those senses, nothing, but that's why you have people that you can trust, and you say, hey, and run this situation by this person. And then she basically explained to me that this young man have like this Jekyll and Hyde energy around him, because like I said, it was like and he's very nice young man, very nice. It was a very nice young man. But then it was after my sister told me that, then I started talking. Then I started to see the difference, because at first he was so nice, but then after my eyes was open by speaking to my thing, then I would see how he would switch. He would be nice 1 minute, and then the next minute he just switched. I was like, oh, okay. So this is why we have to recognize crazy early. And your intuition would always tell, but you have to be aware. You have to be aware. And even if you, whatever, maybe you I don't know, do drugs or whatever it may be, and then your intuition is limited, but there's somebody that can see things that you may not be able to see. There's somebody that can see. And another thing we have to realize, when you tell these men that you do not want to be with them, if you choose to go back and deal with them, you need to be walking around with a stick, some mace or something like that. Because the minute some of them, the minute you tell them you don't want to deal with them, they're like, forget you. I don't want to be with you anyway too. But some of them, you are an enemy and you have to be eliminated. And if you choose, to go back with them or deal with them, be in the same vicinity with them, you gotta sleep with your one eye open. You gotta be on the alert. And if you don't want to deal with them, there's certain stuff you have to change around. You have to change your routine. Certain things that you used to do, you can't do them the same way. That's why you have to be careful when you first start dating the person. The person not supposed to know where you live. The person not supposed to know where you work. The person not supposed to know where your kids go to school. If you have kids, they're not supposed to know what car you drive, because you don't know who that person is. You don't know who they are until you know who they are, and then you are at peace, and they have passed all the all certain tests. Then you able to move in certain ways. And yes, of course, that doesn't guarantee that, but at least you're doing something. At least you're not going in blindly. You're not going in blindly. This is sad, but I hope this young man, he does not feel sorry. He does not feel sorry at all. He does not feel no remorse. And I hope they use that video against him with that big smile on his face. There was no remorse. There was no remorse from him at all. There was no remorse. Now these three young girls are going to be raised without their mother because of this guy. And of course, because she choose to deal with him and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you could have walked away. You could have walked away. He could have walked away. You could have walked away. And then we don't even know exactly if that's even what's happened, because that's what he said. We only have his side. We don't have her side at all. And hopefully they keep these young, when stuff like this happen, everybody you getting, people coming in, people donating, but it's after a year, 2 years, 3, 5 years. These young girls are going to need that support. They're going to need that. And to teach these girls that this is not love. Something like that is not love at all. Because when you love, you do not hurt the ones that you love. You do not hurt the ones that you love. Because stuff like that, if you're not watching, if you're not intentional about certain stuff, it wanna visit the children also, kids who have experienced things like that. That's why you have to be strategic in raising children that have lost parents in this manner. You have to, and you have to drill in. That is not love. That's not love at all. If something like that happens to you, walk away. Get away. Anyway, that's all I had to say on this situation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.